What's up YouTube, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be looking at Thanos. Now Thanos is finally in the item shop. He is a Marvel series outfit. He is part of the Mad Titan set. He does come with the backbling, the Infinity Gauntlet. So without further ado guys, let's get this review started. So Thanos. Now he is the same Thanos from the MCU that we did see in the Endgame in Infinity Wars. Now the outfit itself, they did an amazing job actually putting him in Fortnite with just one exception. It does look like they actually made him a little bit bulkier and not as muscular as they did in the MCU, and that is the only complaint I do have about him. Now another complaint I do have about him is that they missed out on an opportunity to actually give us the weapon he did use in Endgame called the Thanos 2-blade double sword, which would have been really cool. So what are my thoughts about Thanos? I think that they brought Thanos into the game a little bit too late. 2 seasons ago we did have a whole Marvel theme, and that was the perfect time to actually release Thanos, and even bringing him during the LTMs that we did receive twice in this time would have been really cool to actually add him as a skin. But bringing him a couple years later and then a couple of months after the season all based on Marvel was just a missed opportunity. So what's my final rating on Thanos? I'm gonna have to give Thanos a 6 out of 10. Now before I get any complaints about it, just hear me out. This Thanos we did receive in the game is just a little bit too bulky. Now he does have the Infinity Gauntlet, which is very cool, and the details they put on the skin is very amazing, and even the backbling, even though it is the Infinity Gauntlet's frame wire, is just a missed opportunity. They could have done so many things with Thanos, even giving us the Infinity Gauntlet he does have on his hand as an actual backbling, and then give us his harvesting tool like I mentioned previously, but they just didn't do it. Then you do also have the stature of Thanos. He is kind of shrunken down for Fortnite, which again makes him look a little bit fat, and I just don't like that. Other than that, if you're a huge Marvel fan, this skin is gonna gravitate towards you, but if you're in the fence about buying him, I would just skip him completely, since I don't know, I just don't like this version of Thanos in Fortnite. So without further ado guys, let's get these combos started. For our first combination with Thanos, we're gonna be pairing him up with the Primal Danger. Now the Primal Danger is a sword on his back, which actually represents really close to the sword he did have in Endgame, but just one half of it. The color schemes and then the whole structure of it being very huge matches perfectly with Thanos. Then for the harvesting tool, we're gonna be going the Vanguard Flame. Now the Vanguard Flame actually fits perfectly good. The color scheme of the blade itself and even the thing around it matches perfectly with the armor of Thanos. Now I could see him actually doing something like this with the whole alien tech he does have at his disposal. Then for the control, we're gonna be going with the Chrono. Now his armor is like a chromium golden color scheme, which goes perfectly with the control Chrono. Then for the glider, we're gonna be going with the Guardian Shield. Now Thanos is primarily a military base alien from what I could tell, so having a shield with him just made perfect sense. Then for the wrap, we're gonna be going with Midas Memory. I do love the Midas Memory wrap since it does have this brownish golden color scheme that goes perfectly with the armor of Thanos. Then for our next combination with Thanos, we are gonna be pairing him up with the Balls of Power. Now the Balls of Power is just 2 reactive balls you do have on the back of your back, which actually do react each time you do live or get an elimination, which goes perfectly because they do look like a power source that Thanos will actually utilize. Then for the harvesting tool, we're gonna be going with the Reliant Blades. Now for the Reliant Blades, we're gonna be going with the Reliant Edge since it's a single-handed edit style for the harvesting tools, which primarily resembles perfectly with the sword he normally used in the movie. Then for the control, we're gonna be going with the Saplight. Now the Saplight is just little particles of fireflies leaving the body, which goes perfectly with the whole thing, and it's something that could have happened to him whenever he did get dusted. Then for the glide, we're gonna be going with the Shellin. Now we don't normally know what creatures he does have encountered in the past, so having the Shellin just being all golden dragon matches perfectly with something he would tame. Then for the wrap, we're gonna be going with the Turbulent. Now the Turbulent wrap is a gold with purple curve scheme, and it just matches really well. The purple aesthetic goes perfectly with his skin tone, and then the gold goes really good with his armor. Then for our last combination with Thanos, we are going to be pairing him up with the Ice Mantle. Now for the Ice Mantle, you do want to go with the gold edit style since it does look very cool with him, and it's something he would use. Then for the harvesting tool, we're going to be going with the Laser Axe. Now the Laser Axe is a harvesting tool that does have a globe in the center of it, which is very bright. Now this could also refer to him using an Infinity Stone with this harvesting tool, which gives it that really cool glow and matches perfectly. Then for the control, we're going to be going with the Spectral Essence. A very simplistic control, but it fits perfectly with the Mad Titan. Then for the glider, we're going to be going with the Cerberus. Now the Cerberus glider is just a 3-headed dog that he does have as a glider, but it could have been one of those creatures he actually did tame and is using it in the battlefield. Then for the wrap, we're going to be going with the Radiant Runes. The Radiant Runes with the reactive style to it just matches really well. The gold aesthetic with black just matches perfectly with his armor. Now for the honorable mentions, with THANOS, you could pair him up with any backlink that does have gold. Any backlink with like a brownish color scheme or purple or a combination of all three is going to match perfectly with this Mad Titan. Then for our next combination, we're going to be looking at the Infinity Gauntlet. Now for the Infinity Gauntlet, we're going to be pairing it up with the Ultima Knight. Now for the Ultima Knight, we're going to be going with the Origin edit style with the color scheme of gold because it matches perfectly with the gauntlet itself. Then for the harvesting tool, we're going to be going with the Tribute's Flail. The Tribute's Flail is just a flail you do have on one hand, which actually matches with the whole theme of the Ultima Knight. Then for the control, we're going to be going with the Chrono. The Chrono control fits perfectly with this combination just because of the golden aesthetics of it. Then for the glider, we're going to be going with the Guardian Shield. Now the Guardian Shield itself does have a shield which represents perfectly with the Renaissance era from Ultima Knight. Then for the control, we're going to be going with the Melted Gold. Now the Melted Gold itself does have gold with melting particles of it that looks amazing and complements the black and gold from the Ultima Knight. Now for our next combination with the Infinity Gauntlet, we are going to be pairing it up with Dr. Sloan. Now for Dr. Sloan, we're going to be going with the plain edit style with the headgear being a ponytail just because it matches perfectly. Now the reason why I'm combining Dr. Sloan with the Infinity Gauntlet is because she is from the IO, so she could have actually got the gauntlet itself and experimented on it to get power. So what he's doing with all that power she is gathering, well, she actually made some weapons and most likely she made this Phantasmic Pulse. Now the Phantasmic Pulse is a harvesting tool, but we're going to be going with the Hero's Aura with the orange color scheme or the secondary being mustard. Now this color scheme matches perfectly with the Infinity Gauntlet's Limewire, which looks amazing and complement each other. And for the control, we're going to be going with the Fiber Optics. Now the Fiber Optics itself does have blue Limewire coming out of her body, which goes perfectly with the Infinity Gauntlet you are using. Then for the glider, we're going to be going with the Toxic Flash. Now the Toxic Flash itself does have this black and yellow color scheme that goes amazing with the skin. Then for the wrap, we're going to be going with the Lantern's Glow. The Lantern's Glow is just a golden aesthetic wrap which goes perfectly with the gauntlet itself. And for our last combination with the Infinity Gauntlet, we are going to be pairing it up with Midas. Now Midas was always a very intellectual being in the Fortnite universe. Now he could have actually found this gauntlet itself and just harnessed its power for his own. Then for the harvesting tool, we're going to be going with the IO Eradicator. Now the IO Eradicator is a harvesting tool from the IOs, which Midas primarily knew about, so having something like this made sense. Then for the control, we're going to be going with the Chrono. Now having his arms covered in gold, the Chrono control just made the perfect sense to actually have it as a control for Midas. Then for the glider, we're going to be going with the Classified. Now the Classified glider was actually introduced during the same season as Midas, so it made perfect sense to utilize them together. And for the wrap, you really don't have to worry about a wrap because Midas does have that golden touch that makes every weapon you do use into solid gold. Now for the honorable mentions with the Infinity Gauntlet, you could pair it up with any outfit that does have gold. Any outfit from Marvel which actually was involved with Infinity Gauntlet is going to match perfect with this combo. Now those were the 3 combinations I did find for THANOS and the 3 combinations I did find for his backlink, the Infinity Gauntlet. Let me know in the comments below which one's your favorite. And if you guys are new to my channel, subscribe. I post videos of fake cosmetic skins every single day. And if you want to support the channel, my code is ENIGMAKIDD, all caps, 2 D's all together. Each time you guys use my code near the item shop or the Epic Game Store, I do get a small percentage of it, and it really helps this channel grow. And if you guys have any combo suggestions, leave them in the comments below. And for all my social media and Discord, they'll be in the description. And with that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.